So this is my week 5 post-op update. This is gonna be the shortest update so far because it was really a really good week. I don't have many complaints. I mean, the car rides were not as bad, but still painful. Most annoying part, most definitely the scar, like catching on the cotton on the inside of my foot, is still annoying. If you watch my 3 or 4 week update, I said that in one of them. Those are still the most annoying things. So something that I don't think I mentioned in the past 2 videos, I just happened to not write it down, and I really thought at the time when I was making those lists that it would not be a big deal. I still don't have all my feeling in my skin of like my shin from the nerve block. So I don't know how to feel about that. I asked the doctor when I went for my 5-week appointment, and well, not the doctor, the nurse, and she said that it should come back over time, but she thought it was really weird that I didn't have that feeling back yet. So I don't know what to think about that. To this point in time when I'm filming this, I still don't have all the feeling in all my skin. It's very splotchy. For example, right after I got my cast off, I went to shave my leg, and I could like feel the razor, then I couldn't feel the razor, and then I could feel the razor, and then I couldn't feel the razor. So there's like just pieces of my skin that I just don't have feeling in, and it's really weird. So I don't know if anyone else has that problem, but it's really not a big deal. I'm sure it will come back with time, and it's not hurting me or anything, but it is interesting, I think. So there's that information. So I went on a little weekend trip with some of my friends for one of my friends' 18th birthday, and it was really fun. We got a cabin thing by a river close by, and everyone else was going to float the river the second day we were there. Obviously, I couldn't do that because I was in a cast, and then I was all sad about it, like, oh, I wish I got my cast off last week. I could have like taken my boot off to float the river with them. In hindsight now, it's a good thing I had my cast on because my foot was so weak after getting my cast off that even if I had got my cast off that week before that trip, it would have been a horrible idea to go float the river. Like, if anything touches my foot or just like hanging without anything to rest it on, it's painful and it's hard, and you have no muscles. So like anything that would hit it possibly, which is a very high chance, floating a river, it would just like fold over because like I don't have the muscle to keep it still, you know, at that point. So just if anyone is feeling frustrated and there was something they could have done if they could get their cast off, don't feel frustrated because it's probably better that you have your cast on, and whenever you're healed, there'll be plenty of time to have fun and do fun things like that. So if anyone's feeling frustrated, let that give you peace of mind that it'll get better, and don't rush it. Just have time to heal, and it's good that you have your cast on. So this trip was very interesting. I didn't do much Friday and Saturday. Like, we just talked and hung out on Friday. Saturday they went to the river for a few hours, so I was watching movies by myself in the cabin. It was kind of cool. And then everyone came back and we hung out for a little bit, and then we went out to eat, and just out of nowhere we decided, oh well, let's go to Hot Springs. And at this point it is 7 p.m. and Hot Springs was like 45 minutes away from where we were. So we're like, yeah, why not? So we're like getting the car ready to leave, and mind you, this cabin we were at is on stilts because it is really close to the river. So to prevent flooding, it's on stilts, and really high stilts. So there's a lot of stairs to get up and down from this cabin. So I did that up and down the stairs as least as I possibly could because it just took so long for me to get up and down. I would mostly like crawl or scoot on my butt if I really had to. So the whole time they're like conversing and getting things to bring, I'm just like sitting by myself downstairs because I was not about to go back up the stairs to the cabin and then back down the stairs to the car. So I was sitting there by myself for a while. And so we're finally ready to leave. We're going to Hot Springs. We're checking the radar as we're leaving, and we see that there's like a storm happening at the moment. And there's a tornado warning, but we were like, it says it'll be gone by 7:45, and that's when we're getting there, so it won't matter. Like, we can still go and have fun, and it won't be a big deal. Like, the storm will be gone. We'll have fun. And so we go, and we get there. We're like getting to Hot Springs, and now it's at 8:45 that the storm is gonna stop. And then we're getting out, and now it's at 9:30 that the storm is gonna stop. But we're still like, well, we came all the way here. We're gonna get out. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do something. So we're getting out. We're walking around, like a shopping. It's like downtown, so there's a lot of shops and stuff. And we're walking up and down and looking at the few places that were open. There weren't that many. And it starts to sprinkle. And I don't know why. It didn't occur to me that this would be a problem because I was in a cast. I wasn't supposed to get it wet. So I was kind of stuck there getting rained on. And I was like, we really need to go. And the sky is full of lightning by this point. And we're like, we really need to get out of here. Like, we're really about to get caught in a storm, and we were not prepared. Like, we did not think this through. We should have just listened to the radar the first time, even if it did say it would be gone by 8 o'clock, but we didn't, and we went anyways. So at this point, we're booking it back to the car. So I'm rolling as fast as I can. Everyone else is walking as fast as they can because I'm on my knee scooter, still can't walk at this point. And we get to the car, everyone's like freaking out, trying to get my scooter in the car. I'm in the car. And we're like, well, we never even got to do anything fun, so let's stop by Walmart and get a board game, and then we'll go back to the cabin. Well, we stop at Walmart, and we decide that it's probably better if not all of us go in. And so I was like, obviously I'm gonna stay because we all want that. No one wants to deal with me getting out of the car again. So I stayed, and one of my friends stayed with me with not even 5 minutes of them being in Walmart. Absolute flood storm hit, like lightning, like nothing I've ever seen before. It was raining so hard the whole parking lot was flooded in like 5 minutes, like inches of rain. If I would have stepped out of the car, my whole foot would have been covered in rain. It was raining so hard. And it got to the point that the whole car was rocking, like that we're sitting in, the whole car is rocking. The lightning hit and the rain would stop, and we're just freaking out. So we call them inside. We're like, you have to get out here. Like, we think we're gonna die. We think there's a tornado coming. It's really bad. And they were like, oh my goodness, we're coming. And they took forever. But by the time they got out there, it had started to calm back down a little bit. So then everyone thought we were being dramatic, but we really weren't. It's just that it calmed down a little bit the time it took them to actually come out there. So then we're leaving, and it's raining so hard that we can't see out the windshield, so we pull over. And then we're driving again, and it's raining so hard we can't see, we pull over. Then it starts hailing, and so we're looking for an awning. We ended up stopping at some like shed sale place that had some awnings, and we just stopped under their awning, and we sat there until the hail went away. And then we're on the road again, and we drove so slow the whole way there, and the lightning was unbelievable. And it got to the point, we're in the middle of this terrifying storm, that we can barely see. Lightning is everywhere, hitting like right by the road on both sides. And it got to the point that we weren't even like scared anymore. We were just like, oh my gosh, look how pretty the lightning is. Like, that's beautiful. And there's one lightning that hit pretty close by, but it stayed there for like 2 seconds, which should be terrifying. But we're like, oh my gosh, that was so cool. I can't believe we just saw that. And being in that situation just really brought to light, like, you can always find beauty in the storm. Like, the storms are scary and hard, and you don't know what's gonna happen, but there's always beauty all around it and through it, within it. And that's really true to life, I think. Like, this whole ankle surgery thing has been a really big storm in my life. All year I've been dealing with this injury, and I'm just now getting it fixed. And it was really hard for me the first few weeks, and I got really frustrated about healing faster. And in that moment, I was like, there's so many beautiful things about my life and that I got from this ankle surgery experience that I could be thankful for. But anyways, it just really stood out to me that we were all sitting in this car in this terrifying storm, just 6 teenage girls trying to get back to a cabin, that we were still appreciative of the beauty all around us, and that's what we were thinking about. And that just really made me think, like, there's so many beautiful things about my life that I have to be thankful for, even in this storm. Even because of this storm, there's been so many beautiful things happening in my life. So if you are frustrated or scared or terrified in the worst storm you've ever been in, lightning surrounding you, just remember that there's always something beautiful in it that you have to be thankful for. And I think that was a really cool thing to see. And it happened right when it was supposed to happen, because God works in mysterious ways. It was a reminder I needed. So anyways, I hope this is encouraging to somebody and that you get through your storm that you're going through. So anyways, this was my week 5 update. I hope you enjoy and stay tuned for the next one.